space.
Welcome to Central Happenings Network. I'm your host, Bellagio Sampler. It is April 7th, 2021, Wednesday, and welcome to a morning show. Schedule had to be rearranged, could not do an evening show. For you Anons that are working, I am sorry. You will catch this later, hopefully. We have some interesting news, though. Under the cover of a Hangout show, we have some interesting news, ladies and gentlemen. I was just pulling up some final videos for later in the show. We're going to look at some cool videos. I have one about NFTs, crypto NFTs. But the interesting news we have for later that we have to get in here for is more Suez Canal happening news. Some weird stuff going on, some more boats getting stuck, but more importantly, weird other boats showing up in the area. Very weird other boats, some rich other boats, like Jeff Bezos's yacht is in the area. Many people, we're going to take a look at this. I'm sure the shills will be upset, especially when we cut this into a video for the main channel. Let's take a look at this. Ships are now headed southbound in the canal towards the two ships stuck in the lake. The lead ship's call sign is ICQQ. Very interesting. 46, Hero Frog. People are coming up with some very interesting gematria coincidences. U.S. Navy 3-year Delta is what the picture is called. An open and free Indo-Pacific is a multinational job. Ships assigned to the U.S. Navy at Marine National, at JMSDF POW Eng, and at Australian Navy participate in La Perouse 2021, led by the French Navy in the Bay of Bengal Navy partnerships. And then there's some Xenon posts. We don't inform our enemies of the specifics. We instead instill fear in them to make unplanned and disastrous counter moves. Z. Epicenter Full House. They are all here. 24/7, 365. Enjoy the show. They're always saying enjoy the waters, right? Or watch the waters, they're always saying. The YM Wonderland is going closer to the Ever Given at this moment while we're speaking. Wonderland. Very interesting. The U.S. Navy tweeted with 2 planes have the numbers 400 and 503. This is more confirmation that links to the cargo ships with the call sign ICQQ. Take a look at this. 400, 503. 400 is the other plane. And the Z Post 400, I guess. QQ. Very, very, very interesting coincidences, right? Mathematical, algorithmic AI coincidences. Ports and Wonderland are even in some of these Xenon tweets. But this is where I think it's very interesting. This is what I wanted to report on. The Flying Fox, Jeff Bezos' yacht, is within cannon distance of the Ever Given. Why the F is Jeff Bezos' yacht, Flying Fox? Is it in the Great Bitter Lake heading direction towards the Ever Given? This is the Suez Canal. Guess there's a lake up there. Pretty interesting. Jeff Bezos' yacht is in the area. Pretty radical. And then Rupert Murdoch's yacht is in the area. Let me jump down to that, then we'll come back up. The Vertigo, a sailboat yacht, is now also been spotted in the area. Was parked up south of Ever Given earlier and now on the move heading into the canal north. And the information is from superyachtfan.com. Very interesting. Let's go back to where he's responding to. Wonderland, Jeff Bezos' yacht, Rupert Murdoch's yacht. And then Jolly Quarzo is another yacht people are looking at. Jeff Bezos, Flying Fox, Ever Given, call sign ICQQ is in the mix. Pretty nuts. The Jolly Quarzo, call sign ICQQ. ICQ is in the Bitter Lake anchor near Ever Given. Flying Fox GPS has not tracked for 5 hours. That's Bezos. Wonderland is headed toward Ever Given, chugging along. Watch the water, these people are saying. Right? Rupert Murdoch. Very, very, very interesting. Let's keep going. And then this is from Unshackled Minds. This is, no media is reporting on this, no Google source, but you can read that for yourself on the screen. People are that's the whole rumor that the Ever Given, the Dexter style rescuing of people in containers, right? They're saying the Ever Given draws 2 queues. People are monitoring the waters now. Before it was the airplane threads, right? Now it's the watch the water threads. Let's keep going. Let's see. Jason Miller is saying, eat your Wheaties tomorrow. That's today, would be today. He said this yesterday at 4/6/21. Let's see what's going to happen, right? Debated. I like this one. This is good. We have DEFCON 2 at the Pentagon or what? Also, Russia has already set the final deadline. If nothing happens, they will invade Ukraine. Also, on the latest from our Goy Reserve, no more money supply graphs for the money supply, up 500% on M1. So that Anon is thinking that war is coming. And that is the rumor between Ukraine, India, China, North Korea completely dabbing on President Biden. Master Roshi, how you doing? Welcome everyone. We Steals Play-Doh Snakes. Ricky Radness, Black Eagle, Sean Theme. How are you guys doing? Let's keep looking now at some more boats. He's saying Z unironically and unequivocally predicted this. Wonderland, the whole Alice in Wonderland memes, down the rabbit hole, follow the white rabbit, the whole lore of Alice in Wonderland, right? Pretty interesting. How's the music level for you guys? Is it background music? I want comfy background music from the PlayStation 1 era. That's what you should be receiving right now. Six String Ronin, how you doing? We're just covering more Suez Canal coincidences. Ever Given ship runs aground on Suez is taken to the Great Bitter Lake. Yachts that belong to some of the world's most powerful people appear in the Great Bitter Lake near Ever Given. Jeff Bezos is there this morning. Rupert Murdoch, the King of Saudi Arabia, U.S. aircraft carrier, was heading south in the North Canal a couple days ago. Z-Anon references to Evergreen. U.S. military posting on time and dates that provide Z-post proofs. We're going over all this right now. This is pretty interesting stuff. You would have to be a good journalist yourself to continue to be watching, continue to be following. Oh, but Bellagio, he just does entertainment stuff now. We have to hide the news into the entertainment streams for the Anons out there, then cut and edit it up for videos on BitChute, which you should be following, videos on DLive, on Twitch, on backup platforms not yet invented. This video won't make it on the main channel until after May 5th, but I'll cut this out and put a video on this channel so it's easily identified. This is also nearby Sky. I don't know whose boat that is. More coincidences. 4-6, 4-6, ICQQ. So a lot of 4-6 stuff. In the 4-6 post here, it says the public has been given a select taste, i.e. sampling. Rest assured others have it all. 100% verifiable and impossible to refute. Why is this relevant? Who controls the narrative? Why are left-wing organizations beginning to report on DNCD corruption? Does the CIA have operators inside the MSM, mainstream media? What happens if exposed? What happens if tied back as knowing to execs? What does this have to do with leaking? What if it can be verified, no source stories made up or in fact and approved to be published? The wormhole goes deep. The rabbit hole goes deep. Flying Fox is right there. Billionaire Bezos. Thread was not pruned or deleted yet. Pretty radical stuff. What do you guys think? And then round 2 from Offshore Energy Biz. 2 tankers run aground in Suez Canal. I think it's at the lake. I don't think it's completely blocking anything yet, but it's very interesting that all the rich and elite are there right now. That's the very interesting part for me. The mic is good when I keep my mouth closer. Music a tad lower, okay. Okay, there we go. Music is now a tad lower. Perfect. Should I raise the gain? That's a dangerous game. I start raising the gain. Let's see. Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Testing. 1 2. Test. We don't want it too loud. We don't want it in the red. How's that? Better, 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 better. Okay. Yeah, I think it's very weird that the rich and elite are over there right now. Very, very odd. Let's go to our next bit of news. We can connect these dots now. With that, we'll go off of that one. Is the mic hot now? Okay, let's split the difference. Okay, how's that? Still a little warm, huh? Okay. Now it should be perfect. Should be lowered, should be perfect, should not be hot. If I get close, maybe. Nah, it's still good. I think it's good now. According to the levels, it's still good. Let me know. Let me know. So Donald Trump declares war on corporate America. Have you heard about this one? So move the arm. Donald Trump's office has put out a press release statement. On April 3rd, 2021. Oh, I think it was a little hot there. I gotta adjust some of the gate stuff, like the... We could do that another time. Filters, like we have a compressor. I just don't know if it's... I don't know if the compressor works completely. Let's see. Kit Wilson, how you doing? What's going on? Let's move the mic back a little bit. That'll be perfect. Just let me know if the audio is because we're adjusting, we're fixing things. Okay, let's get into the statement by President Donald Trump. 45th President of the United States of America. For years, the radical left Democrats have played dirty by boycotting products when anything from that company is done or stated in any way that offends them. Now they are going big time with woke cancel culture and our sacred elections. It is finally time for Republicans and conservatives to fight back. We have more people than they do by far. Boycott Major League Baseball, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Viacom CBS, Citigroup, Cisco, UPS, and Merck. Don't go back to their products until they relent. We can play the game better than them. They didn't even get approval of state legislators, which is mandated under the US Constitution. They rigged and stole our 2020 presidential election, which we won by a landslide. And then on top of that, boycott and scare companies into submission. Never submit, never give up. The radical left will destroy our country if we let them. We will not become a socialist nation. Happy Easter. So Donald Trump's office put that out. All about Major League Baseball is leaving Atlanta. You're going to see some funny stuff in a minute when we go to that video. Boycott baseball and all of the woke companies. Trump calls out MLB for moving All-Star Game from Atlanta, Georgia. Baseball is already losing tremendous numbers of fans, and now they leave Atlanta with their All-Star Game because they are afraid of the radical left Democrats who do not want voter ID, which is desperately needed to have anything to do with our elections. You know, and they call out the hypocrisy that they want you to have ID for gun buying, right? it's easier to vote than it is to buy a gun. I think both should be equally as tough. Both should be equally as tough. Over the weekend, we have engaged in thoughtful conversations with clubs, former and current players. The association said, Major League Baseball, but they're moving their all-star game. They say congratulations to Georgia and Georgia State legislator on changing their voter rules and regulations. They learned from the travesty of 2020 election. And this is what President Trump said. I think the music, this is a whole different track, so music got a little loud. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So, the office of President Trump, what's really happening? What is really happening? Let's see. Because now we're learning that the construction of Trump's border wall may continue under Biden. The Department of Homeland Security admits. From independent UK, Department may continue under Joe Biden's administration. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas told department employees that he may be green lighting work on the wall to plug gaps in the current wall. The Washington Times reported that it reviewed notes from a recent discussion between Mayorkas and employees of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The Washington Times reported that it reviewed notes. Yep, we said that. It's not a single answer to a single question. There are different projects that the chief of the Border Patrol has presented and the acting commissioner of CBP presented to me. The president has communicated quite clearly his decision that the emergency that triggered the devotion of DoD funds of the construction of the border wall is ended, but that leaves room to make decisions as the administration, as part of the administration, in particular areas of the wall that need renovation, particular projects that need to be finished. The president has communicated quite clearly. Interesting, huh? So it's like very double speak with these guys, back and forth, right? Let's read a little bit further. Those plans include filling gaps, installing gates, and adding technology to parts of the wall that have been finished but have not been outfitted. Mr. Biden has thus far opposed completing the wall, which would prove extremely difficult as much of the border terrain is rugged, hilly terrain, and other areas are controlled by private landowners. However, Mr. Biden has not always been opposed to building boundaries at the border. As a senator, he voted to approve 700 miles of border fencing and served as vice president under Barack Obama, while 100 miles of that fencing was under construction. Despite Mr. Biden's promise not to build one more foot of the wall, the fact that Congress has already allocated money to the project may force his hand to complete the construction. What do you think about that, guys? I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Will the media report on it, though? That's the question. Will the media report on it? I don't think they will. Master Roshi says stream got nuked. Then he says never mind. Those are like crazy abstracts, huh? A nuclear bomb went off outside. I'm looking at it. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It was nothing. It was just a bird that flew by. let's try to break this down. Who is really in charge? If Biden still has to build the wall, right? Still has to do all this. Is it true the shadow president rumors? All these executive orders Biden wrote, he can't write an executive order to stop building the wall? Pretty wild, guys, in my opinion. Let's read some more geopolitical news, and then we're gonna get into some fun videos. I got some good videos for today, comfy videos, and you guys get to watch the production, the raw production, before I edit it and put it on the main channel. So thank you for hanging out. Clarence Thomas, social media companies do not have right to ban protected free speech. This is from the Gateway Pundit, but they're quoting Clarence Thomas on a recent letters and things that he stated. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas says social media companies do not have right to ban protected speech. Clarence Thomas has said that the Supreme Court will soon have no choice but to address how speech is controlled by a few private social media platforms. Justice Thomas wrote about the power of social media companies to censor people as the court decided not to review an appeals court ruling that Donald Trump violated the First Amendment by blocking some Twitter users when he was president. Today's digital platforms provide avenues for historically unprecedented amounts of speech, including speech by government actors. Also unprecedented, however, is control of so much speech in the hands of a few private parties. Thomas wrote, "We will soon have no choice but to address how our legal doctrines apply to highly concentrated, privately owned information infrastructure such as digital platforms." Justice Thomas noted that Trump had 89 million followers when he was banned in January, and said that owners of the platform have too much power. Although both companies are public, one person controls Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and just two control Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, Thomas wrote. Politico reports that Thomas's opinion amounts to an invitation to Congress to declare Twitter, Facebook, and similar companies common carriers, essentially requiring them to host all customers regardless of their views. At the moment, the companies have sweeping authority to take down any posts and to suspend or terminate any account. It seems rather odd to say that something is a government forum when a private company has unrestricted authority to do away with it, the justice wrote. Any control Mr. Trump exercised over the account greatly paled in comparison to Twitter's authority dictated in its terms of service to remove the account at any time for any reason or no reason. Twitter exercised its authority to do exactly that. The Politico report continues on to note that Thomas also suggested that the social media firms could be subject to regulation as public accommodations. Although they are already covered by state and federal anti-discrimination laws. The justice didn't elaborate much on that argument. Let me mute this. But he hinted that the platform's First Amendment rights could be limited much as business owners could be forced to accept customers regardless of race or religion. Thomas said a major protection for internet firms known as Section 230 underscores the role of social media companies as common carriers. He also argued that some courts are abusing that provision to immunize bad faith decisions to remove content posted by third parties. End. So we can read a couple what these people think down here. I mean, at this point in 2021, if you are still under the notion that Twitter's a private company, Bellagio, they don't have to bake the cake. Facebook's private. YouTube is so private. They're so sweet and family oriented and mom and pop. Give me a break. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all these social media platforms are as public and common as clean water in a first world nation in America, you know, unless you live in Detroit. Like, you should be able to freely have access to this stuff, not be silenced, not be censored, not have to. And it even goes deeper than just the openly censorship and terminating and shutting down. This goes to like the secret stuff that's happening behind the scenes, guys. The algorithmic blocking, the shadow banning, the destroying of subs behind the scenes, the limiting of reach, not notifying people. All these are ways they censor and not get your videos out there. So I think this is good that he's bringing it up, because they're gonna have to do something about it. They are going to have to do something about it. What do you guys think? Do you think that Twitter is a private business and they have the right to have whoever they want on their platform, while big tech won't let alt media, alt technology rise? They stifle Gab, they stifle Parler, everything out there that's third party and alternative gets algorithmically stifled, gets taken off stores. You can't buy it on any type of, if you're a normie, you know, you can't get it on your phone store. It's not on the Apple store, you know. That's my belief. This Anon is saying everyone I know has gotten the vaccine now at this point. Where are the mass deaths that are supposed to happen? Everyone seems fine. And then Anon's going with the super science. I mean, if you're an atheist, you should be worrying about this stuff, right? That's my opinion on this stuff. I'm not going to get the vaccine personally, but you do you. I won't disparage you if you have to get it. If you've lived through World War II and every other vaccine there is, right? And you can't wait to get this vaccine, that's good for you. You are your own healthcare advocate. You shouldn't let other people dictate your health. And that goes for the government too, and my whole opinion on masks. You should go on my BitChute and watch my recent BitChute exclusive video if you'd like to see that opinion. Couple more news articles. Right now, I guess Steven Crowder. Okay, I only have one Crowder. Right now, Steven Crowder has been detained. No, I guess he's on YouTube proving a point and having people kneel on his back and neck for over 15 minutes to see if it's going to perish him. So yeah, that's interesting. I guarantee you YouTube won't be happy about it. But guys, my whole point to showcase this is when you have lawyers, when you have a lot of money, when you're part of a multi-network management group on YouTube, when you have YouTube's actual phone number, you could talk to an actual employee, then you could do stunts like this. You can risk losing your entire channel because he'll have legal recourse. You understand what I'm saying? He'll absolutely have legal recourse for this. especially if they shut him down. Total war happening. Full mobilization of Russian troops, Ukraine, rumors of wars, right? Basically, is what's happening. Wars and rumors of wars, guys. I mean, under the Democrats wage more war than any other, president there is. So I guarantee that there might be some type of conflict coming in the near future. Either financial, economical, physical, actual war. We'll see. Will it be proxy war? But right now, all the happening anons out there, the accelerationists, the doomers, they're just freaking out over this. 3 Russian nuclear subs emerged from the Arctic. We could watch this video? Yeah, let's watch it. Simultaneously emerge from under the Arctic. That's some thick ice, man. Look at that. They don't get stuck there, huh? They don't get frozen. I mean, it's possible, right? Wow. Rusky pilled. The Lost City. They actually work. Russia has icebreakers. Oh, that's how they would free the sub. How do these icebreakers work? They're just like super thick boy. The limiter is ice horn for the vessel not to be washed ashore. This has got to be translated like the way they're. The limiter is ice horn. Pneumatic washing air bubbles are supplied through many holes in the hull and prevent ice pickup. Interesting. The engine power is 75,000 horsepower. Endurance limited by food inventory only. The vessel can travel for 5 years without refueling. Damn, why is it like just super efficient? Big, or I don't even know how. 5 years without refueling. That's pretty cool. It says crazy. Rooms, the same number of apartments in a 10 9-story in 10 9-story houses. The person uses such amount of water for households needs over 200. I see. Yeah. Some of the translating on this is definitely a little off, right? Little off. Did they paint a skull on this sub, or is that just from the ice? Pretty spooky sub, someone said. Interesting. Very cool. Things are on the move, right? Through the ice. Hole in ice likely caused by underwater demolition. This is old from, well, March 27th, 2021. Delta IV sail. Screen grab of Russian Ministry of Defense video showing Delta IV submarine breaking through the ice. They might have shot a torpedo underneath to like loosen up the ice a little bit, right? Before they came up, or I don't know. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. The best part is the PlayStation 1 music as we watch Russian nuclear submarines. World War III general they're making now. You'll see that thread everywhere. Janet Yellen, global tax agreement by June. Populist press is saying. She is saying some unique things lately about crypto, about how she feels like she's like the modern day Bretton Woods meeting before the nations meet up and they're going to decide a whole new currency system of the future. Guys, I think it's XRP. I think it has a chance, but that's just me. Let's take a look at this final poll news thread. I got some more news, actually, these news. Let's read this one first. In Atlanta, Georgia, drug superstore found holding 1,000 pounds of marijuana and edibles. South Fulton police say the warehouse was uncovered while authorities were executing 3 search warrants connected to street racing investigation. Police described the building as a drug superstore, where an assortment of drugs and other illegal substances were found. A spokesperson for South Fulton, Gary Leftwich, told the media that authorities worked through the night to process evidence. 1,000 pounds of marijuana and edibles were recovered along with 13 guns. One of the weapons was reported stolen out of Dallas, Georgia. Leftwich also added that the total investigation had been underway for 3 months. Police believe that this one of several locations that have been in operation for close to 3 years. Atlanta is a weird area. They got some weird stuff going on there. Big, but I mean, I think we all giggle when it's just this. I'm sure they found more stuff, but if it was 1,000 pounds of methamphetamine, we'd be like, you know, good, get that crap off the streets, get this junk. But 1,000 pounds of marijuana, I think we all take a little sensible chuckle, right? Like, geez, that's a lot of green. That's a lot of green. What's next? Prominent BLM activist warns that there will be more peaceful protests if Chauvin is not convicted. More peaceful protests, guys. Cities will be on fire. Black Lives Matter activist warns all hell will break loose if Officer Chauvin is not convicted in George Floyd's death. BLM activist Maya Eccles, who is also a signed model with IMG Worldwide, warned in a recent TikTok video that cities will burn if police officer Derek Chauvin is not convicted in the death of George Floyd. Questionable suspect George Floyd. The autopsy report found that Mr. Floyd had meth, fentanyl, cannabinoids, morphine in his system when he died. Floyd was also COVID positive. But I mean, they've found that in papayas. They've tested Coca-Cola. It's came back positive, right? So who knows, guys? What's gonna happen? Are they gonna convict him? Let's see if we can watch this without getting pinched. I think, you know, if anything, it'll just get copyrighted. But if I could play this entire movie for you guys, I would do that one night. So this will be like a test. This is perfect. I'll play a little bit of it. We'll check back later after the show. If it's not copyrighted, we're going to play a lot of this. Soviet TV version of Lord of the Rings rediscovered after 30 years. Russian language film posted on YouTube delights fans with its rudimentary sets and ludicrous special effects. A Soviet television adaptation of Lord of the Rings thought to have been lost to time was rediscovered and posted on YouTube last week, delighting Russian language fans of J.R.R. Tolkien. 91 made-for-TV film Chronitelli, based on Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring, is the only adaptation of his Lord of the Rings trilogy believed to have been made in the Soviet Union. Aired 10 years before the release of the first installment of Peter Jackson's movie trilogy, the low-budget film appears ripped from another age. The costumes and sets are rudimentary, the special effects are ludicrous, and many of the scenes look more like a theater production than a feature-length film. The score, composed of Andrei Romanov of a rock band Akvarium, also lends a distinctly Soviet ambience to the production, which was reportedly aired just once on television, before disappearing into the archives of Leningrad television. Few knew about its existence until Leningrad's television successor, 5TV, abruptly posted the film to YouTube last week, Part 1 and 2, where it gained more than 800,000 views within several days. I'm sure this will get copyrighted. But I downloaded it. I will be editing it for memes. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it anyway. But another suggestion for the sparsity of translations was that Tolkien's intricate plot and linguistic invention made it difficult to translate into Russian without either adulterating the original or leaving Soviet audiences without any idea what's happening. So that's why it's so absurd. Okay, it aired the version, low budget. Jackson's adaptation trilogy was a hit in Russia. Many young Russians watched a version dubbed by the translator Dmitry Puchkov under the pseudonym Goblin, which was notable for its expletive-laden reinterpretation of the text. In that version, Frodo is called Fyodor Mikhailovich. Legolas has a pronounced Baltic accent, and Aragorn yells, "Whoever doesn't hit an orc is an ass," as his archers let their arrows fly during the defense of Helm's Deep. Brilliant, guys. You think this will work? I don't know. Ready? I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna just watch on the side for the copyright violation. Throw on auto, yeah. Where is it? Auto translate to English. Here we go. Perfect. You think what's everyone's guess? How long before they warn me and say you have copyrighted audio? Or the Russians might not care. Is that Gandalf? We're gonna have to watch this for a whole different episode. Today's the tester. We're just testing the footage now for the copyright, you know? Let's see, nothing yet. Is this Gandalf? Who is that guy? There's the One Ring. Muzzle a... Uh-oh. An offended woman. The translating is too good. So far, nothing. We're not getting any copyright. This will be a good test. I can't wait till after, like, a couple hours after the show. What do they say? Here we go. Act 1, Scene 1. Who is this guy? It looks like freaking Sargon of Akkad with a beard.
Сегодня наш рассказ пойдет о хоббитах. Мы познакомим вас подробнее с их жизнью, укладом. Хоббиты неприметные.
They love peace and
Очень
quiet.
народец. Они любят тишину и покой.
The exact tower of green meadows and now in the world.
Сейчас в мире что-то стало шумно и тесно.
Something has become noisy and crowded, and therefore they live in their own world called the land of the Hobbit.
Они маленькие.
Understanding and strong dumpy.
В дни мира и
Surprised they
благоденствия.
live.
Они живут так, как живется.
The translation is
Но хоббиты не
powerful.
воинственный народ и никогда не ссорились друг с другом.
Wow, that Hobbit,
Наверное,
very strong chin line.
потому так любят блага земные, что в час лихолетия умели обходиться без них, чего не скажешь, глядя на их смешные физиономии.
Did you see that dance? Look at it. He takes a bite of the matzo bread and he starts dancing.
Чего не скажешь,
Whoa, whoa,
глядя
whoa,
на их
whoa,
смешные
whoa.
физиономии.
That's some good bread.
Хоббиты готовятся к празднику. Бильбо Торбинсу сегодня исполняется 111 лет. Да-да, вы не ослышались, именно 111 лет. Ведь хоббиты жили долго, и даже в свои 111 Бильбо выглядит, наверное, на 50, не больше. Ведь когда в душе не живет жадность и злоба, тело долго остается...
We're gonna, this is 50-minute movie. We're doing a whole separate episode of this. Like I said, this is just a tester. We played a good amount now that it would have been copyrighted already. After the show, I'll find out. It could just be copyrighted where we could watch it and not get shut down. This is like some radical stuff. Look, they're doing this is some type of ancient Hindi symbol, right? Sanskrit symbol they're dancing. This one hobbit, all he does is eat. Everyone's dancing, hanging out. This guy's just fucking, he's just stuffing his face, right? What's up with this guy? He's hungry. This is good. This is good. This will be a whole separate. Let's cut to another scene.
Ничего, еда-то все равно на столе осталась. Бильбо ушел?
Да, ушел.
А я целый вечер надеялся, что это шутка. Хотя в душе я знал,
It got real quiet.
всегда шутил всерьез.
Не волнуйся, с ним все в порядке. Он оставил тебе. Может пригодиться.
Oh yeah, the ring. So this is Gandalf and Bilbo Baggins in his house.
Оно опасное.
We're already a quarter of the way through the entire movie, and we're just on the part where they find the ring in his pocket. The riders. Oh, what, are these the goblins?
Любого смертного. Тот, кто владеет кольцом, не умирает, но и не живет по-настоящему. Он просто тянет лямку жизни без веселья.
This is epic. This is epic. We're gonna do this a separate time. This is epic. We have to save this. Pause it. Bring in this. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's all I could say. The Russian Lord of the Rings. Let's watch a video now about NFTs. Cryptocurrency. Everyone's talking about NFTs. Let's see what CNET thinks about it.
Have the world buzzing thanks to the insane prices they're selling for. What are they? What do they do? And should you be paying attention to them, much less money
That destroyed
for
your
them?
ears.
Here's what you need to know.
That should be better.
In the simplest terms, an NFT, or non-fungible token, is a certificate of authenticity for a digital file. Now that digital file can be anything. It can be a tweet, a JPEG, a GIF, a YouTube video of a basketball player dunking, anything. There are a million GIFs on the internet.
So I can make my YouTube videos an NFT. First and foremost, you have to understand that the art world is a money laundering scheme. So the only people that would find value in my work, like natural grassroots value, would be you, the viewer, and you would buy a video for, I don't know, $5, we'll say. Whatever you find it to be worth, and then you would own the rights to that video, I guess, or that art, like that movie. You have copy whatever, copy 001. I don't see. My idea though, because it's digital, I don't know about counterfeits but you would own the actual serial number to that NFT video on the blockchain, or to a piece of art that I made. But the real value of these, when you hear that people are selling them for $30 million, $100 million, that's the art world and the whole laundering schemes that take place. So I think this is a very unique medium of the future that a lot of people don't quite get yet. Like when Elon Musk sells a tweet or something, or Jack Dorsey's going to sell his first tweet ever. Who's actually buying that?
Of Nyan Cat, but an NFT allows one person to own Nyan Cat. I put own in quote marks because the creator still owns the copyright, so we're talking about ownership in a pretty limited sense here. NFTs are printed on blockchains.
See that? Ownership in a limited sense, because the artist still owns the copyright to that work, to that cat meme, to Bellagio Sampler's video. I'm still the owner of the video. It's my work. See what I mean? So it's like a really weird. It's another art scheme is how I look at it.
Which are essentially unchangeable digital ledgers that everyone can access and verify. So if, for example, I drop $2.9 million on Jack Dorsey's first tweet, which by the way, someone totally did, that then goes onto a blockchain that everyone who wants to can check and see that indeed I own that NFT, if you're into that kind of thing. So it's not that complicated, and if people were dropping the cost of a cup of coffee on NFTs, we wouldn't really be making this video. But since people are dropping the cost of a 4-bedroom home on NFTs, it's gonna need some explanation. NFT, non-fungible token. So essentially, it's just a token that's not fungible. Easy, done. Alright. Let's back up. Fungible assets are interchangeable with each other. For instance, gold. An ounce of gold is worth the same price whether it's from a coin in Australia or a nugget in California. Bitcoin is also fungible. While the price of one Bitcoin is volatile from one moment to the next, at any given moment, one Bitcoin is worth the same amount as any other Bitcoin. So, as you might expect, non-fungible assets are not interchangeable with each other. For instance, take cars. One car is not worth the same amount as another car, even if it's the same make, the same model, made in the same year. Basically, if fungible assets have a set price, non-fungible assets are worth pretty much whatever anyone out there is willing to pay for them.
Sold to the gentleman for £2.
This is why all collectibles are considered non-fungible, and it's why a pair of limited edition...
So already this falls into the realm of collectibles. I think owning any form of collectible is a good idea, you know? Your Star Wars collection from the 1960s, 70s, whatever, is worth a lot of money today. Your Pokemon cards, worth a lot of money today. So the idea is someday your digital asset, your digital meme, your digital Pokemon card, your digital artwork could be worth millions, billions, you know? It's all about collectibles. Who's collecting, you know? I like tangible collectibles like action figures, artwork, stuff like that. But again, artwork is subjective, right?
NERD Adidas sneakers can sell for thousands of dollars, and why a first edition Charizard Pokemon card can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You've probably seen the headlines already, but let me just go through some of the crazier NFT sales just in case you haven't. Remember Bad Luck Brian? The dude in the photo of that meme sold that meme as an NFT for $36,000. The NFT of the Neon.
So what now? Someone owns a picture of that meme and they could just claim it on the blockchain that they actually own like the original or something. That's what, in my mind, I can't wrap my head around that.
Cat GIF I told you about before, that sold for $590,000. What's more, an enterprising chap in New York recently sold a 52-minute audio recording of his farts as an NFT for $400. I know 400 isn't that much when we're comparing it to the thousands and hundreds of thousands we just talked about before, but come on, farts. But maybe the most illustrative example of this whole craze is this slightly disturbing art piece that mixes Pepe the Frog with Homer Simpson. It sold for $320,000. But the price isn't what makes this one interesting. What's interesting about it is that the guy who just sold it is not the guy who created it. Rather, he bought it in 2018 for $38,000. That's a tidy profit. $38,000 to $320,000? Who wouldn't? And that's exactly why most people are playing this game.
So he just showed you an example of trading this non-fungible token, this NFT. He bought it for $37,000 back, on a certain date, and then he resold it for a higher amount.
It's important to note here that owning an NFT is not the same as owning the piece of work. Buying the NFT does not grant you ownership or copyright rights, it just grants you the NFT, which is kind of bragging rights. Some of the people buying non-fungible tokens are legit.
Bragging rights. Someone in chat just said that. Snowball just said it's bragging rights, literally. Yeah, I could see that now.
Legitimate blockchain enthusiasts who see that technology as the defining technology of that era. They see NFTs as an early application of this revolutionary technology. But most of the people flipping NFTs are doing it to make money, a very familiar motive. That's not to suggest that NFTs are completely useless. They do have some utility, and like most technologies, they're not inherently good or bad, it's really just how they're being used. The biggest NFT sale yet is Beeple's Everydays, a collage of 5,000 digital paintings that was sold as a collage via a Christie's auction for $69 million. $69 million for an NFT? Yeah, that's crazy to me. But it's only slightly more crazy than $40 million for a blank blue canvas, which is something that also happened at a high art auction. What NFTs do, if they do anything, is create artificial scarcity. They take something that you or I could see for free on Google and turn it into something that someone out there is willing to pay money for. That's great for an artist like Beeple, who's a real artist with a real following, and he's done work for real companies like Apple, Louis Vuitton, and the Super Bowl. And that's also good for a whole bunch of other digital artists, whose work has historically been hard to monetize because it can mostly be downloaded for free off Google. But again, when NFTs are being used to sell farts, you know everything isn't.
So it's like this digital bragging rights. He just said you could download it for free off Google. And that one major artist, he is able to make money off of this because he's well known. And it makes sense if you're an artist out there. Definitely you want to get in this world, right?
Isn't quite right at internet.com. That leads me to 3 things you need to be aware of. First, scams. Just like cryptocurrency, where scams are ubiquitous, there are going to be scams everywhere in NFTs. So that could be someone pretending to be an artist, selling an NFT for a work they don't actually own. It could be someone selling an NFT for something of which there is already another NFT. Point being, if you're seeing all the headlines and you want to get in the NFT game to flip a few and earn a few $1,000s, just be aware that there's a pretty significant chance you'll lose your money. Second, it's really bad for the environment. Blockchains are really inefficient.
Well, how do you lose your money? If you want to sell your artwork as an NFT, do you have to put money up? Like on these websites, do you have to pay like $500 to list it or something? Then I think that could be weird, you know? That could be very, very odd.
They take a lot of energy to do pretty much anything. And it's for that reason that more CO2 is emitted from...
See the whole meme now of non-green cryptocurrency, non-energy efficient cryptocurrency, CO2 producing cryptocurrency. This is why Bitcoin and Ethereum eventually someday will take the back burner to a more energy efficient cryptocurrency. They're going to brag about it, that it's a green crypto. It's made with recycled goods and recycled energy. I don't even know, right?
Computers mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies than the CO2 emitted by the entire countries of, say, Argentina and Switzerland. And finally, a lot of the hype that's surrounding NFTs can be credited to people who already own quite a lot of cryptocurrency. For instance, Jack Dorsey. He sold his first tweet as an NFT for a headline-grabbing $2.5 million. Jack Dorsey owns Square, which owns around 8,000 Bitcoins, which are worth over $400 million. And the guy who bought Beeple's Everydays for $69 million, he's a professional cryptocurrency investor. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of that, but just know...
Before he's even going to say it himself, I want to say it. So this is like an insider's game. When you hear that someone sold an NFT for 70 million, remember I asked you the question earlier, who bought it? Well, he just said it was a crypto investor insider, right?
That the NFT bubble that we're currently seeing is being pumped up, advertently or purposefully, by probably a relatively small amount of people. So are NFTs a flash in the pan? That's exactly what people said when the Bitcoin bubble of 2017, when the price was around $15,000, burst and the price went to $1,000. Now, some years later, Bitcoin hovers between $50,000 and $60,000 with a market cap that exceeds $1 trillion. But within cryptocurrency...
This is why I laugh at people that it took Bitcoin years before it took off. It was like the lowest amount for years. People say the same, like everyone with their favorite Super Bowl level tribalism with crypto coins. They're like, how long is your insert crypto here going to stay low? You know, like, yeah, it takes time sometimes for some of these things to expand, you know, people that get in on it. And now when all these normies start talking about their anti-green crypto, how non-energy efficient is, they're going to be jumping on some better energy transferring crypto coins, faster, cross-border. That's why I believe in the XRP schizo generals. Those are the best threads, the best ones. XRP is poised as one of these coins that might be picked up by the New World Order and their banking system. But we'll see.
There's a whole bunch, thousands and thousands of what are called altcoins. These altcoins are basically cryptocurrencies that are not Ethereum or Bitcoin, the two biggest. They're essentially penny stocks for cryptocurrency, except they don't really do anything. Even within the community, they're often called shitcoins because of how useless they are. But despite that, every week, handfuls of these currencies rocket and then plummet based off community sentiment alone. Just recently, I saw one go from $2,000 all the way up to $4,000 within the space of about 10 days. It sounds like a game played with flippity-floppity Monopoly money. But the real-world consequence is that some people get very rich when these coins rocket, and then they lose lots of money when they inevitably plummet, like that one did from 4,000 all the way back down to 200. So despite the fact that NFTs make no sense, with people spending six figures on YouTube clips that you and I could watch for free, that doesn't mean you should expect them to go away anytime soon either.
I'm gonna have to start NFTing my YouTube videos, right? Someone out there is gonna want the bragging rights to one of these videos, right? Right? I'm gonna look into it. It'll take me a long time because I have more real world life things to deal with right now. But I will look into it. Definitely. What happened in Mexico City? Guanajuato weather radio report on Tuesday, September 1st, 2020 between 11 a.m. and 1400 p.m. Mothership is a gaseous state of cloud just at 13 100 p.m. They are with us. Curious formation of geometric clouds, right? Well, we all saw on the radar that day something wild. And people reported actual pictures in the sky that kind of mirrored what the radar was showing, huh? Pretty interesting. Removed from other weather channels, you can see it on Ventusky.com. If you put the exact date and time, as in the photo, and if you hit the radar, it's not Photoshop. You can check the weather website for yourself. The ground pictures are not mine. It was taken from other sides of the world. People sent me to compare to Mexico. Again, you have to understand that alien disclosure, UFO disclosure is just the elite admitting they worship demons. Because aliens are demons, extra dimensional, extra planar, you know, hell is a physical location deep inside Hollow Earth. You know, these things, it's all coming to light. All coming to light. That was a good video though about NFTs. We're gonna watch some more videos though, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm looking right now. This is a longer video. Let's save this one. Let's watch a funny haha video. What do you guys think about funny haha videos? To build this up, this is Unusual Memes Compilation version 131. This video will invoke laughter, it'll invoke sadness in some, it'll invoke awe and wonder. The first meme here that is being showcased is the legendary Stairs vs. Biden meme catalog. I think you guys will like this one. Let us begin. I won't comment unless I laugh or find something funny or interesting.
Mamma mia!
What does a fox say?
Did wait a minute, we gotta go back. Did someone edit that, or did he actually do a Ticonderoga rollover in a canoe? No, it's someone edited that because he's dry when he came back out. Oops, very, very well edited. Let's watch this one more time. I think that's very clever when people figure this stuff out. That cracks me up. I don't know why. Really good editing.
You know what I'm saying? If I admit they don't, I'm low-key. If I admit they don't, I'm gay as hell. I'm gay as hell if I admit they don't.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one.
That made me chuckle. The Dark Souls meme. Any video game memes, they get me. They get me going.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one.
Now, count of three.
You haven't got the time on you, have you? 1:05. Cheers.
Stupid little. So cute. Und zurück in den Rancho.
Obscene. That was obscene. And someone call PETA. This is animal abuse. No, I'm kidding. This is fine. They're cursed. So the Bible says this is the cursed existence of snakes. They're made to be stuck in a glove, I guess, by TikTokers. I like how I made the okay. That's pretty funny. She even saw it. Okay, let's watch. Ready? Oh my God, the things you do when you are a drunk college kid, right? They took someone's gutter, like downspout gutter, you know, downpour, and as they're walking, it got stuck on the building, and they all tripped over it. Now, thank God I don't live in a college town. But if I did and I lived on a main street where these drunken fools are going to be walking, how annoying, how frustrating would this be, huh? How frustrating would this be, honestly? Let me adjust the mic a little. They're banging, making a ruckus, right? Unbelievable.
Put the phone down at least. You can't get a head start. Hey, we have to work something out. Oh.
Okay, Chad, my eyes are like open all the way, and my jaw, I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. It's like the buildup is getting to me. How's the sound? Can you guys, is the sound good? I'm still looking, I'm making sure it's not too loud.
Oh, good pick. Good pick. Good pick.
Uneventful, but scary. Very scary, though.
Comment. You look so fat.
Oh, that was a rapid fire of multiple memes. The poor cat was sad it was called fat, but the egg one is why I'm laughing. Look how quick this comes in. What the heck? Oh. What the heck? Uh-oh.
Excuse me? Can you stop?
This is not funny. This is extremely dangerous. Now, obviously it's not pressurized enough where it's going to shoot off and hit her in the face. But when you're dealing with forces of nature and physics, right? Nature and physics, guys. This, like, one underwater surge in the sewers, and this could shoot off and hit her right in the kisser.
Excuse me? Can you stop?
Oh!
For some reason.
Oh no. So listen, certain tires in BMX, that this is not a, is it a BMX bike? The tires don't really look. You want some better spokes. You want some tires that are rated for that kind of stuff. These look like mountain bike tires. Looks like a mountain bike to me.
For some reason, he likes this massage, and he demands it. disgusting. You are much pure.
Hops are here. Yeah. Cops are here, yes! Cops are here!
What the f- Ooh, creepy. But all animals need a scratch, right? We've seen this. This is like the 18th time we've seen this meme on a Bellagio Sampler CHNTV review video. This is a very popular meme amongst the youth nowadays. They put it in every meme video. Even the last unusual version 130, version 129. This is volume 131. Wow, this is on a whole nother level of hazing and pranking. That was like a entire fish tank. That is pretty funny. What a mess. That doesn't seem to be working. Oh, for all the Zoomers out there, Sonics used to have employees that rode rollerblades, roller skates, skates, you know, roller skates, not walk out to you. They used to ride. Oh man. Oh man. That's why that is one of the reasons why they stopped. Because as roller skating and rollerblading hobbies went downhill, more social media hobbies went uphill, the average employees never rode skates before. Whoa, that was good. What the heck? I don't understand.
La botella ha desaparecido.
Oh, qué chido, güey.
Y yo también.
A typical male, Sirocco is clearly only interested in one thing.
He's getting a bit frisky.
Ow, gosh, look, he's so happy.
What, 250@505 for effect over?
That's not a fire for effect, sir. Check yourself.
Oh.
What the heck?
You ever look at your person and think to yourself, wow.
What an idiot. What the heck?
Ouais. Ouais. لا تخاف ما قال لك شيء. وش تقول أنت؟
First time at Top Golf.
Camels are nuts.
Let's see what you got, Josh. Let's see that form. Come on.
What the heck? Oh my god. No.
Licky.
Oh.
Yeah, you. Oh, Mungo, he is big.
That's a big cat, man. What the heck? Go kart. I think that's the end. I think that's the end. Epic. Epically awesome. We have another volume. We're going to watch that later. We're going to watch something else right now. I want to see if these videos are copyrighted. We're going to test. We're going to see this one next. This one, I don't know about the music. We're going to find out though. Look, someone's behind. Someone didn't get the memo. Someone's not following our backup channels. They have no concept of what's happening. If only you got the memo. The memo is videos that you are specifically looking for are on the backup BitChute. If you are allowed to leave YouTube, if you're not assigned here, if you don't work for Susan herself, and you are legally able to view BitChute, I highly recommend you subscribe to my BitChute channel. There you will find everything you are looking for. You just missed all the news hour. We did an hour worth of news. Now we are at the entertainment hour, and I'm cutting up videos for the main channel that is locked behind true strikes. So there's only normie content on the main monetized channel. But all the information you are looking for would be on BitChute and backups. So yes, if you are allowed to leave YouTube, BitChute and all the backup links will be there. I want to see if this music... Oh wow, it's loud too, huh? That's better. Where's the link? He's asking for a link now, guys. You would think that... You would think, guys. All links are down below. You must click on the button in the description. If you're viewing on a phone, there should be a little arrow that opens up all the buttons. Right? Or you search for Central Happenings Network on BitChute, but I have very little faith in BitChute's search capabilities to even find the channel when you spell it to a T. That's bacon. Man, you do not want to stick your fingers in that machine. I wish they showed it slow motion. What in the world is this? Cake? Wow. Here. Let me answer your question. Why are we watching this? Because this platform is called YouTube. There is no news on YouTube anymore, unless you disguise it as a entertainment show. There is no discussions anymore on YouTube. There is just reaction videos and fun food videos. Now, if you want political stuff, you gotta catch D-Live only streams. You gotta catch our BitChute, you know. And you got to catch the first hour of these shows on CHN News. We do a full news hour every time. I think I have DVR on. You can even rewind it now and watch it. But we covered all the Suez Canal. There's weird stuff going on at the Suez. Jeff Bezos is there right now. They still need a human though to put the cake on top, but I guarantee they can automate that part, right? That, man, I wish I had a piece of that right now. I'd love to eat some of this. So is this like a video we would watch if we were like multi-millionaire, like food factory owners? We would watch these videos and be like, I need this icing machine 5000. I need this for more efficiency. Memory hold, how you doing? Yes, they're the process. We must trust the process. Titus was just banned again. Can you believe it? The new method is, you know, all the controversial stuff will be BitChute only. If there's a controversial stream, it'll be like, we come live here to tell you that we're going to be over on D Live. Come on over. Like if there's a FF event, you know, we're going to cover it. But, and like the full-on happenings shows will be D Live only. We'll come here, get people to come over there. But right now, until May 5th, my main channel is normie content only. And I thank you guys for hanging out now while you watch the production of some of this content. Excuse me. Uh-oh, what is this? They got the music fired up for it. I'm fist bumping right now. What is this? So, okay. I want to take guesses what this could be. This could be anything from stuff. This could be like a stuffed dumpling that eventually... This could be just a loaf of bread. Like, what is inside here? Are they rolls? Wow, look at that. That's aesthetically pleasing. That's really funny, Corin. Really funny with the cake robots. That looks amazing. What is the new policy that YouTube has for the hemp? Let us know what you know. Chocolate world, uh-oh. Oh, don't even. Ah. The curtain of chocolate. I don't know. Titus has a tweet that he says his YouTube channel got banned. Hopefully it's just like temporary, not like full. Look at this, guys. I want to see some more like dangerous machines. Obviously you could use that to dip chocolate in whatever you want. What is that? Different? It's a different, I see. How dare they trick us? How dare they trick us with their chocolate making methods? What do you think this is? Cake? Ooh, is it? Oh. This is folding over now. I think it's some type of cake fold roll thing. What in the world is this madness? Yes, that's why we only smoke Cuban cigars on YouTube. Dudes, these things are good. I haven't had one of these in like forever, since I lived on the East Coast. This is definitely like an East Coast / European. I think they're called Swiss rolls. It's basically like cake that they fill with something and roll up. Oh, I wish I can get one of these right now. I don't think they make these where I'm from. They don't make these in Antarctica anymore. Look at this. Madness. Okay, what is this machine now, huh? I love the, hold on real quick. You want to see a Bellagio sampler? A kink of Bellagios, right? I love machines that have like a one button. I think it's something cool about like big consoles and like thousands of buttons too, but when you have a machine that just runs off of one button, like boop, it just like, and it's a green light. Look how aesthetically pleasing that is. I think that's egg. So far, this music has not been a problem. Interesting. Yeah, strawberry Swiss rolls. Oof. Oof. I wish I could have one right now. You can mail your Swiss rolls to Bellagio Sampler at Beartaria. Okay, we're living at Beartaria. Send me your Swiss rolls to Beartaria. Pasta. That's like manicotti, like big. What the heck do you do with that? Oh, that's like a lasagna sheet. Freaking nutty, guys. They're breaking out the R&B now. What are they making here? What the heck? What were those? Those were interesting. What the heck is this? Wire cut tagliofilo. Cookies, maybe? Wire cutting cookies? You can move the Beartaria, guys. It's gonna be open to everyone. Dudes, look at this. French curlers. Oh, let's watch this and we're gonna turn this video. Is this like ninja slicing the salmon? I don't get the conveyor. Why not just drop it on there? You have to lay it up there first? Oh. It's a computer. The merchants love salmon, lox, and bagels so much. They have computerized and automated an AI process, the entire process, to cut the salmon mathematically perfect. Look at this. Oh, wow, look. It's slicing. Oh my god, guys, I don't know, but like, some people out there don't like fish. I love fish. I'm Mediterranean American. I love fish, but salmon is awesome. And smoked salmon, I can understand why they love it so much. It's very good. Wow, look at that shape. Oof. I always get queasy a little. Not queasy, but just think about if your hand was in the way. Like, oh, this machines like this in the wrong, like, and with an accident is horrible. Horrible. Oh my god, like look at it's like butter. I'm dancing in my office right now to the theme song while we watch the merchants cut the salmon. Yes! Yeah! Yeah, fist bump! Damn, that's like this is the stuff that they like smoke, I think, and you get like a big piece in a bag at Whole Foods for like 20 bucks, right? Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I have an actual video now. This is good. This will be good to like, I should probably edit this before, or maybe now, just during, current. Keep going, keep it raw, keep it organic, keep it grassroots, right? Keep it moving. This video is how robots are taking over the food industry. Ugh. More robots, guys. Let's listen. Now it's time for me to take a Cuban cigar break also. And maybe get some water. We'll see, we'll see. Definitely Cuban cigar time.
Most significant achievements of the human race was agriculture, the cultivation and production of food. It's what made it possible for humans to progress from nomadic hunter-gatherer tribes and go on to develop settlements.
Now, my contracts with, who are these people? Let's see. Digital Trends. Let me just make sure there's no copyright so I can pretend that I have contracts. And even though there's no such thing, yeah, perfect, guys. We are contracted to watch Digital Trends video because they have no YouTube copyright notices down here. Guys, perfect. Let's do this.
Cities, civilization in general, and many of the technological marvels that we enjoy today. Interestingly, though, we're now at a point where we've progressed so far that food production is now being taken over by machines. I don't know if that's
Dusty Crates in the chat says golden ratio salmon cutting. Now we're going to watch golden ratio farming and golden ratio genetics? Golden ratio handsomeness, we'll say, right? Handsomeness with yes. Is he English? Is he British? This is a 10 out of 10 in Britain.
That's a good thing or not, but what I do know is that it's happening all around us. Now, more than ever, robots are taking over food. I'm Drew Prindle, and this is Robots Everywhere, a show where we chronicle the slow but steady takeover of our future robot overlords and show you how they're making their way into practically every facet of modern life. So there are three main areas where robots interact with our food. During the
Six String Ronin is saying in chat, I rarely use YouTube for cooking. I just usually look for a few recipes for same dish and make my own version from the templates. Let me give you a pro tip. YouTube should only be used for this type of stuff, to find cooking recipes. Like YouTube, there is like, besides my content, and content like Memory Holes, Titus Frost, that YouTube is stifling left and right. We have to put our good stuff on other platforms. This is what you're going to get on YouTube. You're going to learn how to cook. You're going to learn how to sew, right? But your political information will highly be stifled here, shut down, censored, and give people, like good content creators, headaches trying to juggle through the algorithmic nonsense.
farming stage, during the processing stage, and fairly recently they've also started getting involved during the cooking and serving stage. Let's start at the root of that, the farming stage. Without a doubt, the best example of robot farming is John Deere's autonomous tractors. Functionally speaking, these things are pretty much exactly the same as traditional tractors. Depending on what you attach to them, they can be used for planting and fertilizing and harvesting and a bunch more. But there's one key difference. These ones can do all of that without any help from a human. They're equipped with an absolutely dizzying range of environmental sensors and navigation systems and GPS, all of which allows them to drive along and do their thing with minimal human supervision, and sometimes none at all. The idea is that this allows human farmers to get more work done with less manpower. Tractors are just one piece of the pie though. There are also robots that take care of things like fertilizing and irrigation and even weed removal.
Notice what he said about letting farmers do more like work for themselves, leading less people on the farm. That's because we've been deprogrammed to want to farm. Society, pop culture, social media. You don't want to have a farm. You want to go to the grocery store and buy your goods, you know? And I'm not talking to like you guys, the listeners, right? Who is spamming my chat? What is this crap? Put this guy on. Put him on a timeout. Stop spamming my chat with your nonsense, okay? Literally. Stephen Lookner's on. Go do that there. See if you'll get away with it.
DJI's Agris drone, for example. This monster octocopter is designed to carry a 16-liter payload of whatever you want. Pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, whatever, and autonomously dispense it over your crops. Now, if flying robots aren't your thing, don't worry. There are actually plenty of ground-based crop-tending robots too, like this one from California startup FarmWise. This thing crawls through fields and uses artificial intelligence and a bunch of different sensors to analyze the health of each individual plant that it passes over. It then makes a calculation based on the plant's condition and dispenses exactly what that plant needs. Water, fertilizer, pesticide, whatever, all as it slowly crawls along. Now, in addition to agriculture, robots are also pretty well established when it comes to processing food as well. We don't typically think of them as robots, but for decades, food processing plants have become increasingly automated. So much so that at this point, the bulk of the work in the average food processing facility isn't done by humans. It's done by machines. Now, if you've ever seen an episode of How It Works, you've probably seen a factory food robot before. My personal favorite is the one where they show how hot dogs are made, which apparently involves this machine, which I'm assuming is called the Weenie Blaster 9000 because that's the only appropriate name for something that shoots out sausage that fast. That, however, is arguably one of the most primitive examples of a food processing robot. They get way more sophisticated than that, like this pick-and-place robot from Omron. This thing uses computer vision to sort bell peppers and then places them in a stoplight formation before they're sent off for packaging. Again though, that's barely even scratching the surface. To get a full sense of just how advanced food processing robots are, check out the FlexiCut system. This machine is designed to cut and process fish fillets, which sounds easy at first, but is actually fairly complex. There's lots of variation and nuance to it because fish fillets aren't uniform in size, shape, or even composition, and certain parts of the fillet are more valuable than others, so the machine has to handle each one of them differently. To do this, it first uses X-rays to find the location of all of the pin bones in the fish. It then uses advanced software to determine exactly the right cut configuration and angle, before finally using water jet cutting for bone removal and also portioning the fillets according to the specification. All of this happens in a matter of seconds. So clearly, robots have taken over food processing. But what about cooking and serving? Well, if there's any part of food where humans still play a bigger role than machines, it's definitely at this last step. Cooking requires a symphony of different sensory inputs, like sight, smell, sound, touch, and above all, taste. And right now, robots don't really have those abilities. But that's not stopping them from making some serious progress in the kitchen. Just this week, researchers unveiled an omelet-making robot that could crack an egg, beat it, pour the mixture into a hot skillet, and then move it around to prevent it from burning. I have adult human friends that still can't do that. Then there's also Flippy, the world's foremost burger flipping robot. Now again, flipping burgers might not sound like a particularly difficult activity, especially for us humans, but for robots, it's wildly complex. Things like physically flipping the burger or measuring the internal temperature of the meat are easy enough to pull off for a robot, but cooking a burger also requires understanding when it's done and what a properly cooked hamburger patty actually looks like. You and I can do that with our senses and some knowledge gained from years of kitchen experience, but Flippy doesn't have those senses or training, so instead it uses advanced computer vision algorithms and thermal sensors to make it happen. Now, whenever Flippy comes up, people get all worried about robots taking over jobs, but in most instances, including Flippy, they're actually designed to work alongside humans to make their jobs easier. A great example of this is the healthy, fast casual restaurant.
They need to work alongside humans to like repair them, reload them, recalibrate them, so they're not going to fully take over jobs yet.
Called Spice, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. At this place, humans prep and serve the food, but robots do practically all of the cooking. When you order something, machines dispense all of the pre-prepared ingredients of that dish into a special automated cookpot, which stirs and cooks the food simultaneously by sort of tumbling it around. Then, when the dish is ready, the robot basically just dumps the mixture into a bowl, at which point the human adds dressings, garnishes, and whatever, and then delivers it to the customer. The idea here is that robots don't replace human workers. They simply reduce the staff that's needed to run a restaurant and therefore allow it to operate more efficiently so that it can serve healthy, nutritious food at an affordable price. So while I am personally opposed to the idea of surrendering all of our human food-making traditions to robots and kind of letting machines prepare all of our meals for us, there's no denying that allowing robots to help us out at every point in the process can make food cheaper, healthier, and more accessible to everyone. And for that reason, maybe it's not such a bad thing to have robots everywhere, even in our kitchens.
That guy might be a robot. It's possible, right? Let me show you the difference now. Let's see if this video is viewable. So far, so good. And we'll see if they're uploadable. That's the next one. This is the difference between a robot kitchen and a real kitchen with real humans, okay? This is Chef Daniel Boulad's $270,000 custom super stove and more in his kitchen. Corrid says the robots don't remove human workers, they simply replace the staff needed. Yeah, it's like they always use that word magic, right? Word magic.
Of a good oven like this is that you can just go right on it and the door hasn't moved a bit. That's, I think, is to me the test of a super stove.
What is so special about?
I want a kitchen like this someday in my house, in my castle. This kitchen is fantastic.
About the stove?
It's indestructible. This one is the Atanor, and the stove was customized just for us, of course. Here we have a bain-marie, the hot plate. Those are the burners. The plancha, we have 2 ovens. We have also drawers to rest the meat inside at low temperature. And then one on the back, which is rotisserie and fryer.
How big is this?
This is really what we call sur mesure. It is made to fit exactly a specific space.
So, monsieur.
This came in 2 pieces. And despite that, we could not pass through the door because of the turn and all that. So for the stove, we had to, down there, it's the hallway coming from the street. And this is the wall we had to break down to get the stove through. And right here in the middle, they weld the entire stove.
Do you understand the essence of this? I just showed you lifeless robots and people praising the fact that a robot is churning your food in a concrete mixer, what equates to a concrete mixer with a heating on it. And we're supposed to clap our hands. Bravo, 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 robots. And then I'm showing you now the passion of a human being, the raw spirit of the passion he has for his craft, his profession. You can't get this with a robot. You can't program this.
Back together. It's a very basic stove, but the advantage of that when it's made of one solid plate of steel is that the heat keep carrying in places. So let's say the meat, we have a tendency to cook in the hotter zones, but the fish, we cook all in the lower zone of heat. I think it's very important. Ah, here is my baby. Ah, it requires muscle. It's very...
Do you know what this is, chat? I will give a free Steam game, whatever, if you could tell me what this is. And I have to wait 30 seconds for the delay. I want to tell you what it is, but I'll wait to see if anyone knows what this device is. This is like a medieval torture device, basically, of the cooking world. I'll wait to see if you guys can tell me at least what it's used. I don't even know the name of it. It's definitely a French name. Just tell me what it's used for, you know? What is this machine used for? I could probably play the video a little longer. He might say, I think it's made out of silver too. It's quite impressive.
Heavy, actually. And this is our duck press.
I'll still give you the free game. A duck press, guys. That's the name of it. Vintage duck press.
What do you use this for in like the restaurant?
The duck press is a very simple mechanical object, but it has the purpose of creating a dish where we roast the duck, push all the carcass, bone, innards inside this container, put it in, close the door to not have any splatter. Then we start to push down. So of course, when you get to the carcasses, then it gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and we have the juices.
It's a
coming out.
juicer. That is the exact name of this thing. A juicer, yeah, a duck juicer. But this is a heavy duty juicer. I love that.
Of course, the juices contain a lot of blood, and then we finish the sauce with that.
Yes.
I think this
basically crushes the roasted duck carcass and innards and little pieces of meat left on it, crushes it down, and all the juices come flowing. It's a juicer, yes. The juicer 500, not 5,000.
The
because it's
magic
ancient.
of classic cuisine. I have 4 of them, 3 in this kitchen.
Holy moly.
How much do they range
Those are historic.
in price? I've
Historic juicers.
seen that they're very expensive, right?
Well, this one, I bargained it and I bargained it. He wanted 12,000 to 15,000. I said, no way. So I got it for half price, 7,000. C'est bon?
Yes, great.
I love wine. I am French. I can't live without good wine. And this is the next item I want to show you.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what this is, but it looks really cool. I think this is nitrogen or CO2, right? Looks like a little canister.
The most incredible
This is a wine juicer, I think.
discovery in the wine world.
What the fuck is it?
So here you have 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, I get it.
This was opened about a year ago, and this is a wine where, you know, if I don't have enough friends to open the bottle and drink it,
Yeah, I
then
get it.
I just have a sip for myself.
I'll let him explain.
Voila. So
Like a needle, dude.
this machine, it has a gas tank inside. This is argon gas in the cartridge.
Argon.
And that means that will not...
Not nitrogen, argon gas. So basically you fill that in the bottle, takes out all the oxygen, keeps the wine sealed.
affect the wine. Yeah. So you see?
Well, watch
Full of
this.
gas.
Hold on.
We put that right over the bottles.
So
push down the needles.
Oh my God.
Which is going to go right below the cork. So now, if I press on this, it will bring gas into the wine and, of course, help the wine come out through the needle. And so this is fantastic for a restaurant where now you can have wine pairing and you can open amazing bottles, and you don't have to, you know, waste the bottle because.
And the bottle's still closed technically because they gas it.
You
wow, that's a gasser. This is the wine gasser.
Serve or one glass to serve.
So I've done the research a little bit. That thing costs a pretty penny. How much?
150
around is that?
I mean, you don't buy this machine unless you can afford good wine. So,
yeah.
You know, it's...
yeah, it's like an expensive cigar, you know, tools that you'd use for cigars, stuff like that. You don't buy the high-end cigar case, you know, with the humidor or whatever it's called, unless you buy, like, high-end cigars.
You know, of course, it's an expensive
wow.
toy, but it's one who really give a lot of satisfaction.
So we've seen the ancient duck juicer. We've seen the wine gasser. This guy, man, are there any other tricks up his sleeve? Nice. Kit Wilson, definitely.
I think we can move on to
praying for your job, brother.
I think we should do tools, kitchen chef's tools, no? Yes. You know, when you have a toolbox, each tool has a purpose. And for the knife, is the same as well. Each knife has a purpose, but it has multi-purpose sometimes as well.
These are his. This is Dexter now. These are his murder weapons. The chef.
This was my knife as a young apprentice. I have this knife since I'm 14 years old, and this is a typical French knife.
He looks like he's above 50, right, guys? So since this is an old antique, you know.
And so this.
They don't make stuff like you always hear that cliche. They don't make it like they used to. But look at this knife, old knife.
I can do butchering, slicing, cutting. I can basically do almost everything with it. So, favorite knife?
Amazing.
Maybe, but the interesting part is.
Here comes a Japanese steel.
Japanese knife,
I knew
expensive.
It. Japanese.
This is a Japanese knife, and this one has my name engraved there. This one, a lot of fish butchering. Filet, sashimi, the portioning of fish, the preparation of fish, the cutting of fish. It's a very, very fast, flexible, and most of the Japanese chefs work with this type of knife.
Yeah, I bet.
There's a French chef in France called Michel Bras. He has a restaurant in Japan.
Michel Bras.
And very influenced by Japan.
Whoa.
He has created this beautiful knife with Michel Bras from Layol, France, but the knife are made in Japan. So this is kind of the quintessential French knife.
What would you use that for?
Made in Japan. Beautiful steel.
Tell us.
Again. It's a flexible steel, very strong, very durable. This is a serrated knife, which is very practical to cut vegetables, peel vegetable with, to peel anything with a crust. And then I like this knife because this knife has many purposes. It can be a butchering knife, but mostly for fish. It's basically between the couteau d'office, which is the basic small knife in the kitchen, and the chef's knife. So it's kind of the three of them, totally French.
So how can you program a robot to take over this? How do you program a robot that's gonna just tumble your food in a drying machine? How do you program that to care that much?
Totally Japanese, totally French Japanese. Spice is so important in the kitchen. And quite a while ago, a young chef worked for me for many years, and that was Leo Serkav. I call him the spice wizard. Anyway, Leo Serkav developed a spice line.
He has one more gadget.
So Pierre Poivre,
I bet it's great.
Is a mix of
peppers,
and it's beautifully fragrant with peppers from different countries.
I wish he'd take his mask off. You know, they all gotta do this for insurance reasons. It's crazy, guys. Take it off. You're by yourself. Show us the spice.
And different continent. It's a trade secret, so I don't know what he put, but there is definitely Telly cherry pepper, pink pepper, white pepper, green pepper, black pepper, also Madagascar pepper.
What do you use this for at the restaurant?
So at the restaurant, we use it for, of course, meat, steaks, ducks, roast. This will bring so much complexity to a sample.
He's selling the spice wizard.
Can a normal person buy this? Like on
Yeah, of course.
Mandolin is basically a slicer,
Oof.
and in the kitchen,
These
it's so
things
useful for many purposes. But you know, we can only make slice with it.
Mandolins, they are a great tool, but they are very dangerous.
And with this mandolin, this is a notch above.
Wow. Wow, this one looks
so
nice.
This is a slicer, but as you turn, it moves
Japanese.
and cut and cut and cut, and you push into the center. So let me show you how this works.
Wow, I like this one.
So here I have put this, what do you call that?
An apple?
Spoke? A spoke? Is it a spoke?
Oh, a spoke.
Spoke.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. So
an
I have
axle,
put
a
the
spoke.
spoke through the apple. Make
He
sure I
didn't know what it
secure
was
that
called in English. Yeah, I don't know what I would have called it.
as well, nicely.
Spoke
Goes back
is a good
into the
one, I guess.
machine. And voila.
It makes like a sheet of apple. Wow. What would you do with this? But it's nice.
Here now, you have
What
the
in the
most
world?
amazing apple slice you have ever seen.
That is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That might have been the coolest freaking thing I've seen today yet. Yeah, this video is for another time. I'm gonna have to get going soon. We have time for one more video, then we're gonna save the rest of these. Save the rest. We got time for one more. Jim Varney. Okay. The last meme video. Perfect. This is perfect. 7 minute and this is it, guys. This is Unusual Memes Compilation, volume 132, the most recent. We're gonna watch this one real quick, and then I'm gonna find out if I have to get going soon, if we have time for one more video. And then we'll be back with the rest of those videos you saw in the next episode with more news, more happenings. If you want to hear those, you got to go back to the first hour.
Blanket. Two blanket. Good morning.
Stop it!
Straw check. I just had the vaccine. Let's go.
Are you talking about me?
Oh my god!
Turkey cat.
What the heck? Her laugh was even funnier than the cat.
Concaved somehow. All the sides are off, and I've been trying for.
Wow. Maybe you shouldn't have recorded that one, or maybe you should just have focused on opening it, right, and not filming.
We have a cursed barbecue cunt. It's evenly cooking the fucking saucy by itself. Who needs to cook saucies when fucking... For anybody scared of bugs or spiders, I'll give you a little tip on what to...
I was cracking up. Is this... Oh, he's Australian, right? I gotta hear that one again. The cursed saucies?
We have a cursed barbecue cunt. It's evenly cooking the fucking saucy by itself. Who needs to cook saucies?
Is this Luke Potberry? One of our moderators? Is this him?
When fucking... For anybody scared of bugs? Who needs to cook saucies? When fucking... For anybody scared of bugs or spiders, I'll give you a little tip on what to do.
I love our brothers from the South in Australia. I love it. Our Aussie brothers.
Take that motherfucker to the floor. Go ahead and stomp the fuck out of him. And usually you'd have to pick that bastard up with your hand, but then you can go ahead and take the tape, peel that baby right on.
Oh my god, he just kicked, I don't know what it is, a football? Some type of ball he kicked up to the family windmill. The father probably, I don't even know what's about to happen. Probably nothing, but the father installed this, probably cost a couple $1,000, probably generates a little power for their house, right? And the kid decides to make a TikTok video and kick it up there. Okay, that was the least that could have happened. At least it didn't destroy. But let's see it again. Hold on.
Yes.
Damn. It catapulted that. Minecraft.
Yo, you know who does pancakes? Save that for later.
Kitty. What the heck?
What the hell?
What the?
Oh my god!
Why are you staring at the bomb? Dude, just defuse the bomb. Stop staring at it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my god. Menacing bird. Whoa. That scared me. What the fuck? You jerk. No. Food like that, I mean, obviously animals get in the garbage, but it's so bad for them. Like, oh, it's crazy. Like poison, some processed food, you know, even though I eat it, I eat Doritos, I don't buy them, but like if someone, like, you go out to a baseball game or something. But man, I try to avoid it when I can.
Hey brorsan, lägg en drip check. Drip check. Visa dina kläder. Alltså...
Drip check?
Drip check. Hey, kolla skorna. What are those? Shit! Allahu Akbar!
What the fuck?
Allahu Akbar! Allah! Hey! Hey! Sheesh! Hey! 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 I see you! I see you! Hey.
that was pretty funny.
Washing the car.
Oh my god, no way. Oh my god.
Hi.
Why? What?
This guy's having a not good day. Oh, they just fell off.
Holy fuck, we're
No
gonna
way.
go hard.
Fucking right.
Oof. They shed, but I don't know when that was, you know? What the... Oh my god.
Are those cupcakes?
Oh my god, swole kangaroo memes. They're nuts, dude. They're like scary big, right? It's like a creature you'd have to fight in Oblivion or Skyrim, right? Morrowind. Look at this thing. It's like a freaking Argonian. Damn.
You don't have a nap, this is what it looks like.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god.
Right now, y'all let me...
She just fell down a corridor. This is one of those industrial bars.
You don't have a nap, this is what it looks like.
Wait a minute, industrial bars? This is like...
5 right now.
This is like Breaking Bad. They're like at a Breaking Bad drug facility. Look at the background. This is like, what is going on here? Oh my god.
5 right now, y'all let me...
Damn. Guys, that was good. I like how he ends videos with cute animals. Always be kind to animals. Never be rude. Never be rude to them. So I got some more videos later. The secret of synchronization. You guys are going to like this one. This is more math magic stuff. Yeah, you could watch it by yourselves, but I think you're going to want to hear my takes on it. We will continue this later. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to the field real quick. Watch Terry dance. Watch 8-Bit Terry dance. Guys, you are amazing. Thank you for hanging out, sticking around while we make some of this content for the main channel. It's doing good. Remember, the main channel has a strike. Other people would, you know, take a break. We have taken a break from new stuff over there. We've minimized it. But hang out over there. Take a little decompressive break from all the happenings. And then stay tuned to my BitChute for all the crucial news that can't be talked about here. Hang out for some video game streams later tonight. I might be back. We might even do that on the main channel because it'll be video game only. But if I think we're going to watch more videos too, it will be back here. We'll do another live stream here at CHN News, and we'll do some more news. I'll find some more news articles. Again, thank you for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Let's put the intro on, the outro. What about the PlayStation music, Bellagio? I cannot wait, guys. In like 4 hours after this uploads, YouTube is going to tell me if that Lord of the Rings is copyrighted or blocked, or even if it is like copyrighted but we could still watch it, I still might do a live stream of it just to have fun, you know? But ideally, it won't be blocked. That's the worst, when they block it and they say you can't watch this at all. So that would be fun to watch, some of that. Some of that would be really cool. Guys, you guys are amazing. I will see you on the flip side. Have a great rest of your day. I might be back tonight.